Hector Honeycoat is a psychiatrist who lives and works in London, and lives a very sort of comfortable life, quite a satisfactory life. But that is the limit of description of his existence, and I think he sort of is bugged by that. Mainly Peter Chelsome's involvement. I read the script after having met Peter, I think, or maybe I read it before I met him, but I knew he was involved, and I was a fan of Peter's anyway, right back to Hear My Song and Funny Bones as well, which was a film that really intrigued me when I was younger. And when I read the script, I felt like it was something in line with those movies. It was a film that kind of like had his sensibility, you know, his kind of. He's always had a nice. There's something about Peter's work that it's his, you know. It has a signature that I enjoy, and it was the thought of getting to be part of that was very attractive. And I met him, and we got on like a house on fire. And then I heard like how Pete wanted to cast the movie, and it just felt like a no-brainer. Probably New York, I would say. I've got a big affection for that city, and I've kind of. I don't think a year's gone by that I haven't been there. For 20 years, and it's somewhere that I feel is a kind of second home. So I and also Kefalonia in the Greek islands is a destination that now that I travel so much, when I go on holiday, I like to just be able to go somewhere where I am immediately relaxed and happy. I don't want to go somewhere where I've got to find out stuff and learn about it for a few days before I can actually relax. I want to get there, hit the ground relaxing, and that is definitely an island called Kefalonia. I love travelling with Nick because we get to travel together a lot. We go away on press tours together. It's always a lot of fun. We always wind up, you know, in his hotel room watching the Food Channel or whatever in the evening, and I love hanging out. He's my best mate. So he's a great travel companion as well. He's very knowledgeable. He's wise. He's a good man to have your back. So yeah, always Nick. Oh man, I love Ros. She's amazing, and we got on so well on The World's End. You know, we had a real sort of connection on that movie. We had such fun, and part of that was like we're going to do 2 films together back to back because we both knew we'd been casting Hector whilst we were in The World's End. So we had this thing of like when it was over, it wasn't like goodbye, which often is quite a difficult thing at the end of a film when you say goodbye to people. You get close to them and then they disappear. We got to say see you in a couple of weeks, you know, when we start the next one. And she's such a fine actress and a great person, and she's very funny, Ros. She's quirkier and sillier than I think you might expect of her, and that really appeals to me. So any chance to get to hang out with her is joyous. One of the most memorable is shooting the scene with the lions, just because of the personal danger I was in, and the amusing. I remember standing. I was basically in a cage with a door with like a kind of drawbridge door like that. And the lions were out there, and then all the safety guys were in here with, you know, lassos and tasers, and then I looked over to the crew who were behind the fence, all crammed into one minibus, like all looking out the windows at me, because they were scared, and there was a fence and a bus between them and this lion who was 5 feet from me, and I just remember thinking, you jammy bastards, you're all sort of like tucked up, all looking at, go Simon, good luck Simon. But it was actually an awesome experience to be so close to such an incredible beast. I would say first and foremost my family, you know, just the center of my life. That has to be happy in order for you to have happiness anywhere else. You know, if you are escaping your home life to go to work, if you think happiness is at work because it gets you away from that, then you're not really happy. You're having to seek happiness out. If you need to be happy in the middle of your life, where you are the most, in order for that happiness to radiate outwards throughout every other facet of your life, like your job and all that kind of stuff. You can be unhappy at work, I guess, and as long as you're happy at home, that is a better comfort than the opposite. So I'm very lucky because I have a home life which I treasure, but I have a job which I love, you know. For a start, it'll make you very happy. It's one of those films, you know, I hesitate to use the term feel good because it's just an overused term, but it is a very good feel good film because it's about feeling good. And the thing that people have said again and again after seeing this film is that, oh wow, it made me think about what makes me happy. It's made me think about my life, you know, which is a great achievement for any art to do, whatever, is to make you think. It's the best thing art can do is to stay with you. You can be entertained by something and forget it the next day. But if you wake up the next morning still thinking about something, that for me is the measure of a truly valuable piece of work. And I think this film has that. It has a message and it has an effect. So you'll leave the cinema smiling, and the next morning you'll wake up wanting to be happier, I think. If you're not already happy.